Hi, my name is Dee, and you're joining me for my very first recording for Know Better, Do Better. You might have been searching for something on the internet and have come across this link, and perhaps wondering what Know Better, Do Better is in relation to what it is that you are trying to find out. So if you've been searching Encopresis, soiling in children, constipation, poo accidents, all of those sort of things, then you have come to the right place. It is my pet subject. It is my driving force. It is the one thing that I've spent a lot of years learning about, reading about, and have been instrumental in helping my own child as well as others and parents navigate the minefield that is encopresis or soiling in children. A little bit about myself. I will be expanding on a bunch of topics over time relating to encopresis and soiling, as it is such a complex condition. But to tell you a little bit about me, I am the mother of two beautiful children. I spent 20 years selling parts for cars, and through circumstances in life where one of my beautiful children ended up with this very, very chronic and complicated disease. It's led me on an amazing path, and it's to the point now where I own my own colon hydrotherapy business. It led me to understand constipation and fecal impaction, as well as how the colon works and the body and the interconnectedness of it all. Has led me to here. I have happily used the information that I've learnt from my son to help adults come into my clinic, and now it's my driving force to try and explain as best as possible my take on encopresis, soiling in children, the body, and to make some of the available treatments a lot less scary, because I know that what the doctors prescribe only works in around 40 to 60% of cases. That was certainly not, it certainly didn't work for us. There's many different reasons. When you understand that ADHD and ASD children are 6 times more likely to suffer from this condition, we found out at the same time about the encopresis, or our diagnosis, that my son was also ADHD, and a lot of things after that fell into place regarding behavioural practices, which I believe led to this encopresis, and it is a vicious cycle of the physical driving the psychological, or the psychological driving the physical. It can work both ways. So in this series of videos, I do want to just touch on each of those things, because one child doesn't present like another does. It's such an amazingly complex condition that, being told, here, have a softener and sit on the toilet 3 times a day, is not what I would consider going to be the best option for everybody. And I just want to explore with you the different options that I see. Being a colon hydrotherapist, I am an absolute bottoms-up approach advocate, but I was the bottoms-up advocate before I became a colon hydrotherapist. So we have used a program which has worked absolute wonders for my son, and it's called Soiling Solutions. You can find it at encopresis.com. Check it out, because it's an amazing program written by a psychologist, but it covers the physical and the behavioural, and I will refer to that a lot. I will refer to that often, because the manual that you buy to explain this condition and to walk you through reconditioning your child's behaviours and getting the soiling under control is just beyond anything that anything else that is out there. I make no money from promoting that program, but it's such a lifesaver. And whenever you read someone who's just undertaken it after years of doing the same thing, they start this program, and one of the main things they always say is, gee, I wish I'd started that earlier. So I'm going to unpack what that program entails for you over time, and some of the components of it in an effort to make them seem a lot less scary, to give you a better understanding of how some of those procedures work, to sort of help you if you undertake that path of the Soiling Solutions program, because it's a game changer. You can also check out a website I made back over 3 years ago when my son was in hospital. I designed the layout and the content, and it's encomum.com.au, and it was just, I talk a lot. I talk to people all the time about this condition, and I've just met so many people whose children do it, or they know someone's child who does it, or they have someone in the family that does. And because we don't talk about it, we don't share that information. So I was a talker, but I found it's such a complex thing to explain that the best I could do was to put it on a website where I could direct people and say, look, go have a read, and if you've got any questions, then ask me. So that's encomum.com.au. It's not the professional website, but it's just a whole heap of good links and information and videos that is a good place to start. Awesome. All right, well, that's a little bit about me. Perhaps I'll stop there. I think I'll stop there, and I will come back and I will start in explaining why this is such a complex condition, the different ways this presents, the definition of soiling, or at least my take on what it is. There's, to me, two different types. There's what I call touching cloth, and the other one is the ooey gooey sticky soiling, which they are they exist in different circumstances. So to understand which one your child is doing gives you an idea of what place they're in. I'm going to discuss x-rays and their place in understanding Encopresis and knowing where your child is at. I mean, I don't know if you know, but a child can do a poo every single day and still be fecally impacted in their colon. It's only when that gets really, really bad that the overflow starts to happen. A good place to start in looking at all of this, if you have a child who's having soiling accidents multiple times a day, is go to YouTube and Google the poo in you. It's a little cartoon, and it will explain to you what overflow is. That's my ooey gooey sticky mess poo, not your touching cloth. I will discuss stool withholding. I will discuss how the muscles in the body work and how they become uncoordinated as such. There's a word for it, but I can never ever pronounce it. But they get to the point that, as much as your child is trying to poo, they've been holding their poo in for so long that they actually then can't let it out. The Soiling Solutions program addresses all of that and how to retrain that. You can give a child a softener all you like, but if that poo can't get out, then how do you move forward? This is the complexity of this condition, and it's one of the things, one of the many parts of all of this I want to break down for you. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to bringing you a whole lot more information that will hopefully absolutely change the hell that you're possibly living in, because I've been there and it's horrendous. I just really want to make it a bit easier for you to make some choices and get through. So it's been Dee from Know Better Do Better, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.